medically
Welcome to WGRP, Goblin Radio Podcast, made for goblins by... Okay. Well, it seems I've just been informed I can no longer say made by goblins. Seems we just outsourced to gnomes again. So, welcome to WGRP, Goblin Radio Podcast, made for goblins by gnomes. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Ether Adventures.
Welcome back. I haven't left this room in 3 years.
That's your fucking fault. Dude, look, I left yesterday. I brought you food and water.
Thank you.
He cleaned out the bucket.
Yeah, and we can take your chains off whenever you want. You're the one who wanted to get in them.
By the way, long story.
Very long.
Okay, so...
There's no need for investigations, kids. It's okay. Okay, anyways.
So, where we left off, Ajax had his little experience of terror, and...
Carpenter had multiple panic attacks and would kill anyone in his way.
They ended up getting that hang glider thing, that wing stick, or what the hell I called it.
I call it my Fly McFlyson.
Fly McFlyson.
Yeah.
And then Button is now sort of
Confused.
like,
To say the least.
Aren't I always?
pretty much. And then both Carpenter and Ajax are just passed out, gone of this world.
Yep.
So, if you want to, Matt, I guess Carpenter's going to wake up first.
Okay.
And it is... So, what does Carpenter do now that he's found himself in his cabin, door shut, semi-plastered, not completely.
Hungover?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like, how bad?
Holy fuck. Like
You drank the equivalence of Ajax's nightcap.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Enough to get just about any...
Is it like
poor soul
daytime
drunk.
outside?
Mm-mm.
Wait, Matt, have you ever been hungover?
No. But anyway.
Oh, tell me it's an experiment.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I got this washi tape, and it's got little mountains on it.
Oh.
But, so what I'm gonna do is, first thing, gonna get up, change out my clothes, get something dressed nicely. Like, well, not nice, but whatever's clean.
I was about to say, you're not going to, like, some evening ball.
Yes. Just whatever's clean, whatever's comfy.
Okay.
Go to Pie's little kitchen
Okay.
and find the most greasiest thing ever.
That's not hard.
Eat it.
I mean, there is something left in the bottom of that container of Shark Surprise.
Eat it.
Roll Constitution for me.
Oh my god.
And then-
this is how bad
It's
Pie's cooking
serious.
is.
And then
Let's
drink some
it's
water.
2-day-old Shark Surprise.
Nope.
Would you
Oh.
know?
One. Nope. One.
Oh god. You're gonna vomit, probably.
Yeah. Quite violently.
Uh,
No, believe it or not, it fixes your hangover. It's like pie stuff that either will cure it through just the vast violentness, or the fact that it just purges your system entirely. It's like either the corrupted or purge it, either way.
so, yeah, then I'm just gonna
We
drink.
need a stomach pump. I got it.
He's got this crank at the back.
And then I'm gonna look for, like, any bread and then just water and just munch
Well,
on it.
there's the
He's
the
gonna have
ration
no
barrel that
gallbladder
has the
left.
water.
Yeah.
And whatnot. So
Yeah,
I mean,
and then
it's
just-
there.
Yeah, and just basically munch on that till I get level.
Yeah, you're pretty much good. I mean,
And then
pie is fucking cookies
Yeah.
does it enough for you.
so from there, I'm gonna go out on deck. Is anyone out there?
No one's on deck currently that you can see. Aside from one of the unnamed characters so far up on the wheel, but of course they're passed out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is Crow up in the crow's nest still?
We should be.
Okay.
This is
Well-
where he belongs.
Well, I'm gonna go grab my little hang glidey McGliderson.
Your hang glider.
Yes.
All right.
And I'm gonna go and then go up to Crow.
You're gonna go up to Crow.
Yeah. I'm just gonna kind of like.
Well, smack him with it.
Boy, get up!
Roll surprise attack, right?
Well, Crow's in his nest as he should be.
Thank God.
Yeah, he hasn't tried to jump off just yet. And he is asleep. He's curled up in like the fetal position, his cloak wrapped around him. Look, looks like a little bird. Tucked in.
The only time he will look like a bird when he's asleep. No
He's
one
got
tell
the
him.
like fat little chest that robins get. Oh, it's so cute.
Just gets up, bitch, I'm fluffy.
Fuck you, I was in the middle of drinking unnamed energy product.
So I'm just gonna
looking at my drawings in my notebook.
I'm
I
just-
forgot I did them.
kind of like tap Crow to see if he wakes up. Just not. Just.
He kind of stirs a little bit, but doesn't wake up.
And yeah, I'll let him sleep and then just go kind of wander the ship, go back to my cabin, work on some projects and stuff.
Okay. So that's all that Carpenter's gonna do and whatnot? Okay. Well, as Carpenter goes back down his cabin and whatnot, Ajax eventually wakes up himself. What do you do?
First things first. I'm going to very, very rushingly check my body for all my possessions. Like, where the...
You sounded like you had flippers for a second.
And then, without looking at it, I am going to break my mirror.
You're going to break the mirror.
No, I rethink that. I'm going to flip it around. Is that a possibility?
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
a typical like a 11th throng.
Okay, I'm just going to take my sword and just flip it without looking at it.
Okay.
I want to retcon something real quick. I'm actually building something special just for Ajax.
Okay. He might appreciate it, but okay.
Remember that his door is bolted by Helga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still going to go in my room and build stuff because
Oh, okay.
my wood.
I thought you were trying to go to his
No,
room.
no.
Well, Ajax is gonna try the door
Mm.
because he needs to get out.
It's bolted.
Ajax shakes the door, like trying to see if anything will wiggle free.
Yep. It'll be bolted.
Okay, Ajax is gonna start to have a mild panic attack.
Do I hear any of this?
Oh yeah.
Alright, so hearing this, I grab what I've kind of pieced together, and I like drag it out of my room.
Drag?
I don't know how to set it up just quite yet. It's rough.
It's a
quick.
work in progress.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress, and I set it in front of your room, and then go get Helga and knock on her door.
Okay. You go and grab Helga and whatnot.
Yeah.
She grumbly
wakes up and basically asks you what you want.
Can I get the key to Carpenter's room?
She gives you this look of pure.
Can I get the key to Carpenter's room? Just like, you fucking what?
She goes, no more of Captain's special brew.
Ajax. Ajax, please.
I was like, I don't think that's advisable.
I've made a rough construction to kind of help him with his situation.
She kind of narrows her eyes. What kind of construction?
You could say it's a suit. Air quotes. Very heavy air quotes. You can come and see.
Yeah, she follows you to go see this cacophony, whatever the hell it is.
So
Yeah, you need to describe this.
Okay, so what it is a old wooden barrel, pretty much, with straps on it. So it kind of.
Oh God.
So it's kind of like what the people who didn't wear clothes
Those
wear in the barrels.
those old penny movies.
Yeah.
Fucking Three Stooges.
But it has two little slots in the side, and it can expand, and so the person, whoever is in the barrel, can make it as wide as they want or as small as they want. But the hands don't really go outside of the barrel. So there's little slots in it, and it just makes it big. or
Might
small.
I acquiesce as to why you made said alluring outfit?
Well, from what I could tell, Ajax didn't want to be touched, so this helps him for...
So you made him a crowd control barrel?
I don't want to put it that way, but...
Okay. Well, Helga just thinks so. I don't know what she thinks.
She doesn't either.
I would chalk. She's probably gonna chalk it up to it's another day on this damn ship. Carpenter being fucking weird as he is.
Just popped in my head. I don't know.
She
Something
just-
I thought about it.
Oh, she unlocks the door and goes, can't get any worse. Just unlocks the door.
Upon hearing the door open, Ajax draws his cutlass and takes a stab at the armor.
So you drive your sword into the
Yes!
crowd controlled barrel?
Yes.
Alright.
So, wait.
You immediately have a pistol pointed at your head by Helga.
So, real quick, here's basically sound effects version of it. Ching, ching-punk.
So, no. I'm not standing in front of the door. I'm like here.
the side.
Like to the side of the door.
I know.
But he sees something.
I see big dark figure, and I go swing.
Oh, okay.
I just fucking puh.
Basically. Well, you now have a flintlock pointed at your head because Helga is like, hell no.
I was like, fuck.
Carpenter just goes. Starts pushing, pulling off the suit. Give me the sword.
Sink.
Put this on.
Why?
Do you want to stay on the ship?
At this point, I don't know if I want to be alive. Okay.
Just put this on. You'll be safe. No one touches you.
Just, I'm fine on the touching. It was just beginning of just waking up. It was, I was a little on edge. We're fine now. It's just.
Ajax doesn't seem like
Give
he's
me-
quite not on
give me-
edge.
Just give me some fucking warning before you open my bolted door.
Just put this on, buddy.
It's gonna lock on me?
No.
Can I get out of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you put on the crowd control
Yes.
barrel?
Yes. I just slide it on, just like.
Off the distance you hear.
So I basically go, do this. Like raise your arms, and as you raise your arms,
The barrel expands. You are now lodged in the door frame.
Now, lower your arms. Yeah, see?
I mean, okay.
No one can touch you.
Question mark.
So how does Ajax take? So how does Ajax take this recent really weird gift?
Just Ajax. Well, first off, yes, Ajax is a drunk, but he's not a dick all the time.
Just
So-
most of the time.
Most of the time. So he's just like, thanks, I guess. I don't know. Hey, can I come outside, please?
Yeah. I mean, you can.
Helga still has a freaking pistol pointed at you.
I kind of like swat her hair. Like he's fine.
She gives you that smoldering fuck you face.
Just I slowly take it off and sit it off into this corner, and then I kind of go, wait. And then I move it slightly. No, move it slightly again. If I hang it from the no. Fuck. Just throw it off in the corner and just kind of
Just kind of leave it there.
yeah. Just like trying to find room for it to fit.
Well, now that all this ruckus has occurred, Button's finally been woken up by all this cacophony
Yeah.
of noise and swinging swords and clicking guns. So, what does Button do now that they are awake?
I'm gonna go check out the barrel contraption.
You're gonna see what all
But
this junk is.
I'm gonna stand on the very back, so they can't see me. Just kind of peer around the corner, like,
Peer outside your cabin door.
yeah.
Can I perception check her?
Yes.
God damn it.
Roll
I'm on edge.
Roll a stealth check, Bree. If you're actually trying to be sneaky, unless you're just trying to be partially sneaky. That plus your stealth modifier.
Shit, I can't math. 13.
Unnatural 20.
No, you did not.
14 plus 6.
Well, that's
I
not
said
a natural
unnatural.
20.
He said unnatural.
Oh. Dude, don't do that. Don't confuse me. I'm gonna say you start blowing up heads when you ain't blowing up heads. So you do see her. You see Button's two eyes go through
Can
the
I
door
dis-
frame just sideways.
You said 2. We're fine. You're just gonna go, what are you doing? Oh, thank fucking Christ. Oh, Lords above.
Helga goes, fuck it, someone get him a drink now.
Yes. Someone please do.
Go to Pie.
Speaking of which, you hear Pie just blast up his door. Goes, what the hell is all this damn? The hell's that thing?
It's a barrel. It's a comfy barrel.
It better not be one of mine.
No.
I made it.
Pie just he gives you that sort of I don't necessarily believe you kind of face.
But until evidence is
He's shown he's not going to argue.
Yeah.
That's not. Carpenter made that with his own hands. Well, the barrel might be from someplace on the ship. Carpenter doesn't know where.
As this
Just
all,
showed up.
and as this whole everyone starts waking up and everything, you all eventually hear Crow do his morning screeching.
Yes.
It's like it's daytime. It's daytime. So what do you all do now that it's daytime and you're on your way to Eos? If you guys are still wanting to be on your way to Eos.
I apologize to Helga for having her woken up early. Because Nick's not trying to get on... Sorry, Ajax isn't trying to get on the wrong foot with her.
She puts her pistol away.
I am so sorry.
She slaps you up the back of the head and walks off.
Ow.
Trust me, that was gentle.
I'm going to go to the pointy bit of the ship again. The little bit that just
The
kind of
bow.
blah.
The bow.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit on it.
I'm going to sit on the very end.
I'm gonna sit on it. Yes.
Towards the hull or towards the tip?
The hole. I'm not
Good boy.
dumb.
As about 6, you go towards the tip. You have to make an
Yeah.
agility.
I mean,
roll
remember,
for me.
Sailor Boy, a not dumb. I'm not drunk
Well-
yet.
You do now have a cup of rum in your hand now.
Ooh. Just nursing it.
Just nursing it.
My baby.
Well, Crow's doing his typical rifling around in his nest and all
When
that
did
kind
he
of
get rifles? Why did we give Crow rifles?
Rifling.
I'm joking. I know.
You don't know why I've been sneaking him at night.
Oh my fucking god!
You don't know what Crow's got. Like, his nest is his nest. Almost no one fucks with it because no one knows what the hell's in it.
Yeah.
So, seeing him being level, like okay enough to like function and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Carpenter goes back to his room, wraps up one of the things he's been working on, and grabs his little fire McDoodad, and he starts making his way up to Crow's
Up
nest.
to Crow's nest?
Yeah.
Well, like, Crow's sitting there, he's picking through his nest, making sure it's all perfect and all like, well, as perfect as that cacophony of a disaster area that can be.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
I just kind of like sit down in the nest and say, "Hey, Crow, how you doing, buddy?
Hi.
You doing okay?"
Well, yeah. For the most
Okay.
part.
Oh, that's good. Sorry.
I want to say hi to Crow.
You gonna go say hi to Crow?
Yeah.
Alright. So Button gets up and goes,
Hi, Button. So I don't see you very up here.
How's the heat up here? There's a reason why.
I don't see you up here very often.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's been kind of busy.
I heard. How's Ajax? He's kind of drinking awfully late.
I don't know. It's been weird happenings with him lately.
What happened?
I don't know.
Crow kind of looks over to Carpenter and kind of...
I'll let you know when we know.
We at the home island. We went on a little
Escapade.
escapade,
I like that word.
and we were looking for a lost cat.
Did you find it?
Yes, but there was this pool of ooze, kind of tarish.
Ooze?
Yeah, but it was alive. It's weird.
It was alive.
Yeah,
Oh.
and it attacked Ajax.
Is he okay?
Yeah, ish.
Question DMGMGDM.
Yeah.
Does Nick hear the word ooze? Ajax hear the word
No,
ooze?
you're not. No, you're
Okay.
you're concentrating to getting to the bottom of the cup.
Just nice and slow, just steady sips.
Yeah, so the ooze kind of attacked him, and then it went inside him. Weird.
Did you try to sucking it out?
There was no
I'm not going
bite.
near that hole.
There was like no bite. It just kind of went inside. It was weird.
Crow kind of goes, I might have something for that.
No.
He takes out a machete and goes, where to touch him?
No, that
Does
don't,
Nick
don't,
hit,
don't.
does Ajax hear the machete get pulled?
No.
The-
You're downstairs. You're
don't,
not
wor-
hearing shit.
don't worry about that, Crow. Where we're going to Eos, and they might have a cure for him.
This will be faster.
Yeah, but we don't want him to get hurt.
Who said it would hurt?
Who said anything about me?
We just don't want Ajax to get hurt. So we're gonna see if we have a cure for him.
Is this the collective or royal we?
He puts the machete back in his nest, and it kind of just becomes part of the nest. Like, it just seeps into it. It's like Crow's nest is Crow's nest.
He's ready for just about everything.
Pretty much.
So yeah, after that, Carpenter kind of goes, "Hey, I want to show you something real quick."
What?
Now, I made a new friend on when we were looking for a cure for him.
Who?
His name is Henry. He's a wizard.
Little sparkly fingers.
Yeah, little jazz hands. Just.
Crow just kind of gets that cockeyed sort of. Huh?
He's a wizard. He does magic.
Oh.
Yeah. And he made me this thing, and I take out my little staff and
He made you a stick.
watch this, and I hit it on the ground and.
Crow's eyes get as big as you think you've ever seen them. He goes, he made wings.
Now, this is just a test run I have to do for him. I made a promise I'd do it and report back.
Mhm.
I'm going to see, after it's been test run and everything's okay with it, I'm going to see if he can make you the best version of these he can be.
You know, like in animes, how they get that sparkly eyiness?
Yeah.
Fucking Crow's got that.
Jesus. But yeah, I'm going to...
Everyone, we apologize right now.
You apologize.
But I just tell him I want to apologize if I yelled at you last night. Just I didn't mean anything. I just didn't want you coming down and getting hurt and the whole kerfuffle with Ajax and all that.
Oh, I don't ever take that seriously with you.
Okay. I just
Aw. It's like little bromance.
a little bit. A little more really gross. But yeah.
So, do you show him what it does?
Yeah. So like I tell him all that. I'm just like, now Carpenter, little bit of insight. He doesn't do heights well.
The funny thing is, he's on an airship.
Yeah, like he's okay with them, but like to go and jump, unless if he's going after Crow or going someone who's went overboard,
Like Crow.
yeah, Crow or someone when they fall off drunk. Not saying who.
Hey, it's only happened 3 times since last year.
But he doesn't do well with them. So he's sitting up there, just kind of shaking, just
And off you go.
just slowly, like hesitantly, just steps off and what I'm trying to do is just kind of go around the mat, like the thing, and go down.
Around
Haha,
the ship?
the match.
Yeah, not around the ship, just
The mast.
There is no mast.
well where the crow's nest would be.
Because I mean,
There's not enough space for you to be able to do that because there's a bunch of wires and netting and that kind of stuff.
Okay, so
You pretty much have to do it outside the ship.
okay,
just look forward. Look
Yes,
forward.
Yes.
Well, you step off, and it's as if the wind picks up and lifts and helps to lift you.
Cool.
So graceful.
So now
most
you're
part.
flying. And then also you fall sky. No.
I was waiting for that. Okay, and roll for me if you would.
No. You start flying not too well, mind you, because I mean this is your first flight,
Yes.
but you start flying,
Yeah.
and of course Crow's fucking the sparkles are even bigger.
But yeah, and then I kind of just try to land back in the crow's nest.
Roll reflex for me.
$12.
12.
I wonder what kind of bird Carpenter would be.
Woodpecker. you're able to land gracefully enough, and you don't go far into your
Yeah.
face.
Yeah. It's kind of like
Basically.
as you run
What
into a
bird
stop.
would I be?
Magpie.
A bitch. No.
Well, you're
Okay.
a button, and magpies like to collect things.
I don't Crows wanna collect shit.
Well,
He goes into his nest, so.
I'm gonna find a bird, and then I will tell you what kind of bird I am.
So does Ajax see him doing his loop-de-loops
yes.
and flies, and his shoes are looking fine? Well, Ajax is going to just kind of go, huh? Well, that's And he tries to take another sip with a shaking hand as he notices the cup is empty.
Dun dun dun.
Dear Christ, why?
Why is the rum gone?
Why? Where's all the rum? What the hell did you do with all the rum?
Pie cup's up behind you. Of course, it's kind of hard not to notice the and sets a bottle of rum on top of your head, like you know, and it's still in his hand, and kind of sets it to where it's in your field of view.
Yeah.
Helga said you might need that.
Thank you, Pie. Oh, that felt weird saying that.
I know.
Never again?
Never again.
Just on the corks, it just fill it back up.
Yep.
Plug it back up again.
And this time, it's the spice stuff.
Ooh. It's like a fine snifter of brandy. Everyone, that is the posh part of Nick coming out. Thank you very much. Probably never see it again. Hopefully not.
So Crow is now basically bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for this gliding stick thing.
So, as I land, I'm just like, okay, buddy, that's what it does. So,
And he's like shaking in his boots, just like, fuck. I mean,
yeah, just no, you're not right. No, he's just like, so that's what it does.
I know flying's hard the first time, but once you start doing it, you get the hang of it.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna see if he can make something like that for you. Okay, I just want to make sure it's sturdy and everything's okay.
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 Crow is surprisingly patient.
Now, Matt, I'm gonna have to ask you, what does Carpenter do with this staff thing?
Like,
Yeah, what does he do with it?
carry it.
Is he gonna carry it? Is he
Yeah.
gonna put it up? Or is he gonna put it somewhere?
He's
or
gonna carry it.
Okay.
Just gonna go with his
battle
battle box.
box.
Yeah, my battle box.
Well, your battle box is down in your cabin,
Yeah.
so you're gonna put it with the battle box.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the day winds on and whatnot. It's typical, everyday, usual working. Ajax has his day off, basically sipping rum all day because Helga does not necessarily trust him. Really. Blue is at the helm of the ship, being Blue, as always.
Flying!
Well, it's not that bad. Kind of, but not that bad.
So we're like, haha, flying.
Helga and Button are looking at charts and whatnot.
Charts.
Charts.
I'm in my room.
I want to
building-
see results, Helga.
She's the one who says that to you.
I will say what I'm doing. I'm in my room, just crafting and seeing what I can build.
Roll
Furiously
perception for me, Matt.
masturbating. He is
Roll perception
furiously polishing that wood.
If you catch the drift.
Natural 20.
Nat 20?
That was a good one.
You hear something land on the hallway, like this thump.
It's me.
I go and like look at it.
So you go outside,
Well, I like open my door
open
and
the
look.
door. You see Crow's cape.
Just Crow's Cape? Question mark?
Yeah.
So I go over and
Okay.
grab it.
It's just his cape.
Yeah.
His cape's just sitting there.
Yeah.
I
I go back to my stuff and I look for my glider.
It's gone.
Oh god, kids, here we go.
Alright, so I go out, and I start looking for Crow.
You see him on the very front of the ship, glider in hand, and gone.
Oh,
God damn it.
God, here we go.
Crow is now taken off again. But he's not
0 days.
he's not going back up. It's
Oh fuck. Oh shit.
straight down.
Alright, Ajax is going into reflex mode. Do we have... I'm going to scream up to Blue. I need a life preserver. Or whatever we call them.
Alright. Now, you know where they are immediately because Crow has done this many a times.
Yes.
And what the life preservers are on some airships is basically this wooden ring engraved with silver sort of runes on it, with rope tied into a knot around the edges, and it all meets in a convolution in the center. And you pull that cord, and it activates basically a feather fall sort of effect.
Okay.
So you're going to jump down.
I'm going to grab one and take a leap. Yes.
Carpenter does the same as he's running out, seeing him jump off.
All right. So you all start going down. You see Crow pretty good distance down to you, but he is giggling as giddy as a schoolgirl. Like, he is freaking happy as can be. And eventually, as you break through some of the clouds that are below you, you see a sky island right below you.
Okay.
How much farther?
I'm a very bad judge of distance. Say 10 seconds worth.
10 seconds till he hits or till we hit?
He hits.
I'm going to streamline myself and try to get to him.
Yeah, same.
Alright, so you guys eventually... Well, I don't know what to say eventually. I was going to say 30 seconds, because that 10 seconds is kind of slow, but you eventually catch up to him.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing you guys pull your life things at the same time.
I'm grabbing the glider and him.
Yeah.
And pull.
I'm just pulling at that point then because they've already pulled.
All right, so you grab a hold of him, and he kind of appears and goes, "Guys, I was having fun."
I told you to wait till it was finished.
But it looks so fun.
No.
Ajax interrupts.
You bloody fucking bird! What the fuck do you think you're doing? You fucking nut! I swear to fucking God!
You guys have never seen Ajax this mad. This is a new level. I would say he's red in the face, but that's an understatement.
Well, as Ajax is just screaming his head off. Eventually, you guys land on the ground, and the area around you is sort of a village. You've kind of landed smack dab in the center of like town, basically, and people are just looking out windows, just seeing Ajax. You son of a bitch! Why the fuck did you do it?
So Carpenter is just standing there like, what do I do? I
Do
don't.
Helga and Button know that they're gone?
Yeah, everyone knew that Crow.
You can hear me from down below. And the entire town can, too.
See, I'm gonna take this rag and I'm gonna wrap up this bottle of rum and I'm just gonna toss it down.
You're gonna parachute the rum.
Yeah.
All right. As Ajax is just complaining and whatnot, I was thinking, he sees a bottle sway ever so gently.
I swear to God, I've got... Oh, no.
I'm not done with you.
Ajax now just gets the glider.
Ajax?
Carpenter.
Carpenter. Gosh. Multi-personality. No.
Just...
So he grabs the glider.
Fucking...
Yeah. He grabs the glider.
I grabbed the glider and I kind of like hit it so it folds everything
Folds up,
back.
yeah.
I just grab Crow and like I look at him in the eye. I'm like, I told you to wait. I wanted you to wait because if that would have broke or you would have died, it would have been on me. When
It
I
would have
ever
been
died before?
I don't know what this could have done. It could have messed up with your usual flying or something. Promise me. If you ever do this again.
He kind of gets that child sort of huff sort of look on his face.
Crow, this is serious.
Bitch, I will break this bottle across your face before I'm even done with it.
He looks and goes, "One shiny."
I will lick the rum off of your face.
How about this? And Carpenter, one thing he's been working on, he actually kind of forgot to put down. And he has it in like his sack. And he unfolds it and kind of lets Ajax just rant and just kind of puts his back and shows Crow. It's-
motherfucker just fucking jumping all the goddamn time.
And it's
Wasting
these.
preservers.
It's a figure, like a whole set of every single person on the ship, and they're all able to move and stuff. And I'm like, I've been working on this for you. It's not
I'd be
done.
good.
It's not done. Let me finish up the last little pieces.
That's what you said about the flying stick.
The flying stick will take a little bit longer. This is what I was working on before you kind of stole the flying stick.
Stole, borrowed.
Stole.
So, let me go up back to the ship, finish this. You'll get it by the end of the day.
Fine.
Alright. Well, actually, do you have any feathers on you?
Do you have my cloak?
Yeah, I would have grabbed it. Yeah.
Grab it.
Yeah.
Ajax just stands up. I'm finding somewhere for the fucking boat to land.
Carpenter's still like, yeah, sure. Just try to hide the thing.
But yeah, if you have his cloak, those are his feathers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I give him the cloak. I pull off the feathers, and like where his arms are on the little figurine, I put the feathers so he has wings.
Aww.
That's adorable.
Adorable.
I'm still fucking pissed.
So I wrap it all back up and like put it back in together, and I just hand it to him.
Okay.
I'm going to start asking around and seeing if anybody knows of a place where I can dock a ship.
You find it pretty good open.
Yeah. Is there
This
any
one
way
guy
of
knows where you can
signaling
dock,
the boat?
but it's not a ship.
Well, you see them start to descend because that's the usual procedure when Crow jumps.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be a cool cat. I'm gonna get out my spring blade, pop it open, and try to flash the ship to kind of show them where we are.
You get a reply.
Okay.
And it's Helga as usual, pissed off.
Hell yeah, aiming a gun. I could do it.
I could fucking do it. I could fucking, but I'll get marooned. I don't give a fuck. That's what I do. Maybe. No, I don't know.
I can do it. The ship eventually lands
We'll
as...
never know.
It's like the ship
Probably
eventually
won't
lands.
care.
And as you all are basically bitching at Crow,
Yeah.
some of the townspeople walk up and go, "Can you help us?" And ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen,
shit.
this is where we will end our episode for the day.
Alrighty. Thank you everyone again for coming out, and we will see you on the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.